Takes Two. Let's head straight to the green room and discover which Strictly stars are on the bill tonight. I spy with my little eye Bond girl Ruth and her secret agent Anton. Plus, swinging their way out of the training room, it's Action Man Johnny and OT. Both couples, amazing on Saturday night. Later, we'll be revealing this week's song choices in a special Legends edition of Tunes on Tuesday. But before that, it's time to welcome a Strictly legend back to It Takes Two for this week's bumper edition of Choreography Corner. Who could it be? How much are you enjoying this series, Erin?
Oh, I absolutely love it. But what I love most is the theme week.
Oh,
great.
So good.
Yes.
So good theme weeks. Can't get enough of it.
I know.
OK, we're going to start with the highest scoring dance from the theme week, from the weekend, are Trolls, Aston and Jeanette, and their incredible cha-cha-cha. What made this so special for you?
Well, is there anything that this boy can't do? Fast, slick, cheeky when he needs to be here. Look at his leg action. It's wonderful. But what's so great about Aston is that he puts his own little take on each dance. You know, he's got this little funky move going here and there. What might be interesting is when he does the slower dances like the rumba or the slow waltz, where you can't do any of that. You've got to just do technique. So that'll be interesting. But if he keeps dancing the way that he's dancing, I mean, he could go right through to the end.
Oh, goodness me, she's made a cold sound on the table.
True.
Thank you, Anton. Gemma's Charleston now. And our Charleston enthusiast, Craig, gave it a 7, but he said there was no basic Charleston steps. Was this floating your boat?
It's a theme week. I mean, you've got Ali Ash there playing a bear. You've got Gemma there. I mean, she's a panther. I mean, how traditional can it be? You can't really. But the great thing about Gemma is that when you let her go, and she goes off and she dances, and then Ali Ash turns around, she's there. She's full confidence in what she does. She's got rhythm, she's got musicality, she can obviously hear the beat. I mean, she's good.
She is good.
She's good.
And it was so good to just see her have that confidence. And that's going to give her more confidence going forward, isn't it?
And bubbly. I mean, we all smiled when we watched it.
I know. It was a joy. Susan Samba, another joy for other reasons. Shirley was very impressed with her commitment. Were you impressed?
Well, what she lacked in technique, she made up for in enthusiasm. Well, it's true. I mean, she even dances with her face. Look at it. I've never seen a Wonder Woman like it. Now, what they do here is they do a whisk, and they're doing it backwards, so like a backward whisk. Now, Shirley talked about different timing in the samba, and that's probably one of the most basic timings you can get. 3/4, quarter one, 3/4, quarter one. I think it's demo time.
It is demo time.
Come on.
Come on, Erin.
Come on, do this with me. Come on, here we go.
Oh, dear.
So, a whisk.
Okay,
We step to the side. We go 3/4, quarter one, 3/4, quarter one. Now you get this bounce going, you see? But what she does a little later in the routine, she cheats. This is 3 steps, you see? 1, 2, 3. She gets this little tap going. Tap. Yeah, a bit cheaty.
That's cheating.
But she makes up for it in all
with all the
different
rest
ways.
of it.
Everything. Like the little
quite enjoyed that, actually, loosening out those old limbs. Thank you very much, both of you. OK, so Johnny's Paso Doble, dear Indiana Jones. The judges noted about his bottom, lovely bottom though it is, sticking out. Now, why is it so important for the gentleman to tuck under in this dance?
Well, the character of the dance is the matador and his cape. Now, if you can think of it the shape of a banana.
Yes.
OK, like this. What you want to do, through your feet, you've got to squeeze your buttocks, push it forward, like a bit like you've got a coin between the buttocks.
Yes, I've heard that before.
And then you shape out, your shoulders go the other direction. You've got the cape here, which is OT. The ball goes past.
Okay.
All right? What you don't want to do is stand square on. Because obviously the ball will run straight at you at Matador no more.
Splat.
Or you lose bits you don't want to lose.
Okay.
Now, if we watch a bit here. We watch a bit here. Here we go. Here, a bit of a twist turn.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is quite good. Into a pivot. Here we go. Pivot, 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 pivot. Oti does a little, there she goes, a little ronde, but he's square on. Look, he's square. Now,
and
what he should be doing is shaping his hips away.
Oh,
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, like that.
Hiya.
Yeah.
Do they say hiya? No, possibly
lots
not.
Lots of content, and I can see a huge improvement.
Good work,
Huge
Johnny.
improvement.
He's going to love hearing that.
Yeah.
Okay, Molly's American Smooth. Now, Shirley clocked an amazing outside spin.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Amazing a lot of things.
Yeah.
What I love about this is that, look at her. She puts me at ease at the beginning. A little smile, gentle. Yes, she does a little spin under the arm. Now, AJ, does he say something to her here? I don't know. Okay, but what happens in this choreography, what AJ has done really well, is it builds, it keeps building. She comes down, she does a feather step, a little bit of a fall away, then they do the outside spin, but then the music builds even more. And he picks her up, here we go, picks her up, spins her around. He's already done a few lifts by now. She's barely touched the floor at the end of every routine. Boom, back the other way. That's how you do a lift. And she holds herself so well.
So gracefully.
To be lifted.
And it builds with the music, and we're all lost in it.
Yes, it does.
On to Simon's quick step. Now, Craig said there was a bit of a lack of swing, which we obviously need in quick step, which can make it look a bit blocky.
Yes.
What can you share with us here?
Well, Simon, he holds his frame, his arms are up, you know, but it's a bit plonky underneath. Now, when he runs, they're in promenade position, both facing the same way, and they run, but his heels are flicking out the back. Now, I think Darcy picked up on that.
Yeah.
He looks like he's running for a bus. In a quick step, we don't do that.
Okay.
When we run forward in a quick step, what you want to do is think that your feet are flicking in front of you, light and bright on the balls of your feet, and you run across the floor. Now, if your feet are in front and not behind, you sort of flow across the floor. Instead, it look like you're running for a bus.
Simple
like Simon's
moments
little
will
things.
make all the difference.
But he's got lots of time to improve.
Good boy.
But he stands and he looks good.
He does look good.
He looks good.
Okay, let's talk about Charlotte's tango. Yes. The judges said she's better in hold. She's obviously a bit of a ballroom girl. What did you think?
Definitely better in hold, and definitely a big improvement on last week. It was staccato, it was sharp, it looked relaxed in his arms. You know, when she's in there dancing, and she's off again. Great piece of tango. Now, the only thing I would say is just take a look at this. There he is. They're doing this little standing spin and half hold, throwaway over sway into a pivot. Now, a little bit of up and down going on here, you see, and then down, they do this little lock step back to the bike. She sits on the bike, looking gorgeous, okay? So, I think it's demo time.
Hurrah! As usual. Okay.
So, tango, no rise and fall. A pivot, you pivot around, flex knees, no rise and fall. What happens with the both of them is they do this pivot and they got a slight rise through the feet, up and down. And then they do a little lock step, down and up and down and up, bit passo-like.
Right.
Now, Shirley said, no rise and fall, and I think, in Brendan's mind, it was the end of his routine, it was a bit of flourish.
Right.
Shirley probably wanted them to stay in character from beginning to end. So, rightly so, no rise and fall.
No rise and fall.
No rise and fall.
Thank you very much. Please come back. We'll discuss the rest of them. You can have a dry white and a vol au vent. And we'll see you in a little bit. Erin Bode. Now, my next guest failed to impress the judges with their rumba at the weekend, but we loved it. They're shaken but not stirred. It's Ruth and Anton.
I thought the rumba walks were very stilted. It lacked hip action.
It has to have heat. It's a Latin dance. You have to respond to your partner.
The rumba is incredibly difficult to control, but this look is to die for. My goodness.
Ruth and Anton. Firstly, can I just say, shoes, loving those. Look at those diamonds on those shoes. Diamonds on the soles of those shoes.
What about that?
I know. Erin Bode.
Demo time!
Yay! Love her. Oh, goodness me. Ruthie, can I just say, well done. The first rumba of the series, and it can be so tricky. You did it, Granny.
Well done.
That's amazing. Thank you. Are you glad that one's done?
I am, although I loved the rumba. I loved learning it. I was quite good in the rehearsal room.
You were magnificent.
It's just coming to perform it live where it went a bit wrong. You know, and again, it's the nerves get to you. So, you know, I think that coming down the steps and the dry ice, I was like, please don't let me fall over. And as I went to put my feet were doing that. So when Shirley Ballas said, got balance issues, I was like, yes, I have, because I'm scared to death.
I'm really scared. I'm in a crazy heel and walking in dry ice. You try it, yeah.
He wanted the dry ice up to my waist so nobody could see my feet at all.
More dry ice!
Oh, my goodness. Why is it so tough, the rumba?
Well, because it's slow. Because it's slow, that's all.
Exposing.
Well, it is so exposing. You've got 4 counts, as you know. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're only dancing on, well, 2, 3, 4, and then we're holding the 1.
That's that funny dancers counting
funny
again.
dancey count. And then and it's slow. It's so difficult. If you've got any element of nerves...
You feel very vulnerable, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, and Anton knows, I go everything really fast to get it over with. And he said, you can't do that in the rumba. You just have to hold. And so every move you do, you know everybody's scrutinising it.
And it feels
Slinking.
like, yes, slinking. And also the thing is, you're having to slink in front of your husband and your son.
My son, more than
And in front
anything.
of 10,000 people, 10 million people. Is it?
10,000
It's come up a
people.
bit.
Is this the X Factor?
It's gone up a bit. It's gone up a bit since then.
So, I mean, and also when the judge is giving you comments like that and you work really hard, it must be quite tough.
I would be lying to say it doesn't sting you. I would be lying, because the thing is, you do work really hard.
Yeah.
You want to do it well, especially for your partner. You spend a long time training, and nothing they said was wrong, actually, but it stings. There's no doubt. And so that's why my face does that. I think, I don't know what to really do.
Yeah.
So I just go, And inside I'm going,
Help me. Do you want to come off and have a little bit of a cry? I totally understand.
I think was it Bruno said I was like an ice maiden, which stung a bit, because I thought I was being really sensual and giving it all that.
I tell you what, it worked for me.
It did. Well, for a lot of people, I would say there was so much love online for your look. Blondes had so much fun. The hair was incredible.
It was amazing.
I saw you reluctantly handing it back at the end of
They
the
make you
night.
give it back.
I know.
And I was like, please, no, just a little bit longer. They go, no, come on, got to get back in the box.
Go back in the box.
Giving that one to Nadia for next week.
For next week. Anton, we were worried you might be feeling a little bit left out on the wig action. So we've kind of knocked up a couple of looks for you, perhaps to try in a couple of weeks.
That's a good one.
We've got,
I like that one. I like that. That actually looks nice. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
And another look here for you.
Not my favourite.
No, definitely
full
not.
Leo
And finally, a little undercut.
I tell you what, I look younger.
I like the first one.
The first one has a certain joie de vivre about it.
First one's a bit like my Bond girl, but not so long. Because I
know. You
just
should have
roles.
done that on Saturday,
So-
and we could have done better.
Do you think that would have made a difference?
That's where we went wrong. It's your
I
hair.
think you're absolutely right.
It's happening
needs
next week.
steps?
It's the tango this
Yes.
week. The tango with the King of Ballroom.
Amazing.
Come on.
I mean, first day of rehearsal today.
We're having a
love
couple of
it.
days off now.
We're
So
not.
good.
He keeps saying to me, "It's so good. You can have Wednesday off." I'm going, "Don't say that." No, I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Ballroom King, obviously. The music is amazing. It's this
Great
driving. We've got great music.
Well, that always helps, doesn't it? Because the minute you hear the music, the drama,
Yeah.
it gets you into character.
And I just have to walk. You said.
Please just walk. Please just walk
Hello?
at the time I tell you to walk. And then we can only do the steps we require. Sometimes I have to choreograph extra steps because Ruthie has a habit of going quickly. And as a dancer, as the professionals know, is that they say you must lead your partner. And we go, OK, thank you. And the problem is we can only lead the bits we're holding. And I've yet to choreograph a dance where I'm holding her feet. So they go quite quickly. So I'm going to do extra steps so that we doesn't matter. We can never be out of time. We're just going to double up everything. It's going to be brilliant.
It'll be brilliant.
I just thought we'd just go really fast and nobody will notice what
Really,
I'm doing with my
or
feet.
we're just going to do the whole thing in a canoe.
A tango in a canoe, that would be a first,
Oh, yeah.
possibly. You'll love the tango, though, Ruth. We're loving you watching you dance. Ruth and Anton! Now, last weekend, we saw our couples hit the dance floor to the sounds of Queen, Shirley Bassey and Baloo from The Jungle Book. But what songs will they be strutting their stuff to this weekend? We've got 3 huge songs by 3 legendary singers. It's time for Tunes on Tuesday, Legends Edition. Huh?
You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17.
Now, here on It Takes used to, we never do anything nice and easy. In fact, we always do things nice and rough. This is how we do Tunes on Tuesday. Come on, ladies. Here we go. First up, it's Proud Mary by Tunes on Tuesday favourite Tina Turner. Tina was born Anna Mae Bullock and has sold over 200 million records. She's also a bit of a mover. Apparently once insured her legs for £3.2 million. Worth it if you ask me. This anthem was recorded way back in 1970 and I think we can all agree I'm going the wrong way. It smells just as fresh today, but who will be shaking their tail feather to this? Here we go. And Gorka, it could simply be the best. They'll be dancing the jive to that. Thank you very much, ladies. Right, what's next on the track list? Hold tight, everyone. It's the Shoe Sheep song by the iconic Cher. This stomper reached #1 in 1990 and is taken from Cher's film Mermaid. Cher is the only female in history to have had #1s in the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. And although aged 71, I love you, Anton, is still donning...
That was a career for me.
Is still donning leather chaps as she continues to tour. My kind of woman is Cher. Which of our couples, they're right there, Peacock, will be hoping to impress the judges with this? Let's hear it for our Chers. A lovely Cher. We've got one more. Oh, thanks, honey. Oh, two.
For me.
Oh, hello. I like this game. We've got time for one more. From one of the world's biggest divas. Here we go. It is the Copacabana by megastar Barry Manilow. This was a huge hit for Bazza, earning him his only ever Grammy Award. Right there, Ruthie. Don't feel too sorry for him, as he has a rumoured fortune of around $80 million. Geography fans, listen up. Copacabana is one of Rio's liveliest neighbourhoods, but who will be getting the party started to this banger? Could it be magic? To find out the rest of the songs, head to the Strictly website. We've already analysed half of our couples' dances from the weekend, but I think this is chaos. It's time for round 2. Let's head back to choreography. What are you doing there, Ruth? What are you doing?